Time to check out the action from round 2 of the Australian PGA Championship on the Gold Coast. And we start with one of the draw cards in Mark Leishman, and he was able to come up with a bomb at the 16th birdie putt here. And Leishman finds himself, as we head to the weekend, at -4, and he's 5 shots adrift of the leaders. Even better than that, Nick Cullen, the Bet Easy Masters champion from 3 weeks ago. He had to hole a long-range putt for birdie at the first on day 1. Well, day 2 was a little bit different. Absolutely brilliant approach from the left-handed South Australian, and that got his day off to a flying start. Robert Allenby didn't have a bad day either. Here he is with 112 metres to go, 9 iron in hand, second shot to 8. And as it turns out, with the breeze coming off the right and a little draw, it was just perfect. And perhaps just as importantly, Robert Allenby getting himself up into the mix. He shot a 69 today, and at -3, he is 6 shots adrift of the leader and capable of producing anything on the weekend. Jin Jong finished up the first round leader after a 65, found the going tough in the second round. What was a very long day for him, but he's still in the hunt despite shooting a 74. Chris Muick was a young man whose day was a whole lot better than that. This a birdie putt at 5, and he would shoot a 4 under 68 to be up in a tie for 5th place. David Smale is up there with him at -5. He too carded a red figure today, unlucky there with an eagle putt at 12, but he made the birdie on the way to a 71. But this was the man, Wade Ormsby, with stuff like this, chipping it in for an eagle at 12, and that was the start of a golden run for the man from South Australia. Here's a man who was born in South Australia but now considers himself to be a Queenslander. Adam Scott drove the ball beautifully all day, and his iron shots were precise, as you'd expect from the world number 3. Wonderful shot from Adam, and he went on to make that birdie at 4. But it was Wade Ormsby. We talked about that golden run he had going. Started with the eagle at 12, made a birdie at 13, birdie at 14. Here he is at 15, knocking it almost stone dead to make another birdie. And there was even some more to come. Boo Weekley launched himself in very positive fashion on Friday, and rolling in a birdie putt there at the 8th hole. Things got a little bit rocky for Boo on the way in. Here's this run continuing for Wade Ormsby. So it was eagle 12, birdie 14, 15, 16, and that one at 17. Scott Strange, as usual, went about his business quietly and methodically with an absence of fanfare, but he got it done.
Just going to need some batteries. We've only got one spare left.
And as it turns out, Scott Strange would finish up as equal leader after a 66. And the man with whom he shares the lead, Wade Ormsby, here at the 3rd, after going out in 31 on the other side of the golf course, rattled that one in for a birdie at 3. Adam Scott, we were unaware at the time that he'd made a bogey at 13, and that only came to light when he signed his card later on. This was his 3rd shot at the par 5 15th, rolling it up to birdie range and putting it pretty well stone dead for birdie. And then at the final hole, he was able to complete his par for what turned out to be a round of 69, a halfway total of -7, and 2 shots back from our joint leaders. One of them, Scott Strange, the other one, Wade Ormsby, who completed what was an outstanding day for him with a birdie opportunity at his final hole. Down the slope, right to left, and no harm done. So he would walk up, tap that one in. The 34-year-old from South Australia ranked at 190 on the official World Golf Rankings, but he played a whole lot better than that today. And that was a 67 for Wade Ormsby. So that's the story of round 2. And the leaderboard looks like this. Scott Strange joining Wade Ormsby at 9 under with his 66, even better than Ormsby. So they've vaulted to the top of the leaderboard, a 2-shot buffer over Adam Scott. Boo Weekly is 3 back from the lead. Nick Cullen and Jin Jong are 4 back from the lead. Sets us up for what should be a fascinating weekend in the Australian PGA Championship on the Gold Coast.